but this was the level which also got tested, and the price is trying to move down.
Hmm.
But on the daily time frame, it is showing something else. So on the daily time frame, once you see this, this
It's a
was
new
the,
low. Hmm.
yeah, inefficiency.
Higher low.
Yeah, higher low. At the same time, the price basically uh, was maintaining a healthy order flow, and then
Hmm.
the price broke this internal structure, and
Yes.
we do have a lot of move towards the upside, which can be at least this point right over here.
Okay.
Okay, so that is the daily time frame where you see that okay, the price actually got tapped into. And now if you go on
Hmm.
the 4 hour time frame, so 4 hour time frame doesn't have much information, but if you go on the 1 hour time frame, you'll see that this whole chart was pretty bearish,
Hmm.
and then this was the lowest point which got broken
Hmm.
right over here.
Yeah.
Okay, and then once it went low, it didn't break this level, meaning it is a healthy order flow too. Again, at the same time,
Okay.
that previous high got broken. So you can say that the price was bearish and broke up
Hmm.
and now trying to move up. And maybe you're over here.
Yes.
So this is to this point.
Hmm.
So also at the same time, this order block got tested. This black one,
Yeah. Hmm.
last candle leaving the
Inefficiency.
inefficiency.
Hmm.
So that is the order block. And also we have a new higher high over here. And maybe this could have been liquidity. And all these things are just made up stuff,
Yes.
not important. So
Hmm.
let's go on the 30-minute now. So on the 30-minute time frame, or even like the 15-minute time frame. So if you
Hmm.
see, this was the 1 hour order block which got tested. And
Hmm.
if the price actually breaks this internal, so see how the time frames can be very fractal. We are coming from the
Hmm.
weekly, then the daily, then the 4 hour, then the 1 hour, then 30, then 15, and then actually all the time frames are synchronizing in just one direction,
Right.
right? The Once this breaks, that could be a confirmation that okay, you know what, this is maybe ready to move up and make new highs, and that's when we'll be right with the analysis. But also be very aware about everything. Look at also how the weekly is going to close. So the weekly time frame
Hmm.
will close in five hours. So what if the
Yes.
weekly closes as a very heavy body
Bearish.
down?
Hmm.
So that could also be one sign. So if that's what I said. You can be the best analyst in the world, but
Hmm.
just this part, this much being wrong makes your
Hmm.
whole recipe wrong.
Settle
Because
down. Yes.
this is, let's say this is all these are all your stuff which you are putting in a recipe.
Hmm.
Okay, you're putting chicken, salad, salt, pepper, ye, wo, cheese, etc. Masalas from Kashmir, everything you're doing, okay? But
Hmm.
what if, for example, you should have added 3 tablespoons of salt?
Hmm.
You did six,
Yes.
right? So see, salt in this whole recipe is not even, is maybe like 3% of the ingredient. But
Hmm.
just that being not in the right, quantity made the whole thing go wrong. And doesn't
Yeah.
matter whatever you put in into it, just because the proportion of salt wasn't proper compared to the rest of the things
Hmm.
and the quantity of whatever you made, it didn't taste good. And just this part over here also could maybe turn your whole analysis wrong, which is
Around.
the important part in trading too. So
Valid.
you need to be on top of your mental performance when you're trading. You need to be in that zone. You need to be very smart about what you're analyzing, what are the times you're trading, the pairs you're looking, the way you're feeling while you're analyzing, all everything.
Hmm.
So maybe you had a fight with someone and then you're trying to look at the
Hmm.
charts and trying to actually prove something to yourself, or maybe to someone, or maybe you were made fun of. Matlab, I mean, hypothetical
Hmm.
situation. And then now
Yeah.
you have to show them, or maybe, and then you're forcing trades.
Through them.
Or what if you're in some need of money and then you want to take
Hmm.
trades and you want to pass the challenge. So you being a very good trader, just because you were impatient or you were having a lot of stress in your mind, maybe that added up, and this part spoiled this whole thing. So you need to be blank like this when you're trading. Blank.
Mm.
Not in any fear,
Right.
not in any pressure, not under any underconfidence or lower confidence. You just need to be very neutral.
Mm.
That you need to see things as they are, not add up things on the chart just because the external factor is forcing you to.
Right.
So I think these are the things which actually matter too much when you're trying to become a trader, because these things are the deep things, and this is what
Mm.
actually a lot of traders are not even aware about. And once they understand themselves better and what actually happens in the mind while they're trading,
Mm.
so you are this, you are this, but obviously not this because you're too muscular. but but you don't look at everything from this lens. You actually
Yeah.
manage this guy from the upper perspective. So you're
Mm.
out of your body, and
Yes.
you're being a you're having a perspective above you, and you're basically having the right perspective, and that is guiding this guy. So when
Mm.
that is happening, there is no clutter in the mind, because
Mm.
you're not seeing from this
From
lens.
his perspective.
You're looking at yourself from a third eye perspective. Exactly.
Mm.
So that's when things go right, and you can apply this in anything, not just in trading. Maybe you're an actor, you
Yes.
act because you act, you're performing something, but you're actually observing yourself from a third eye perspective, and you will not need any sort of uh, validation, because you're your own judge.
Right. Yes.
So yeah, this is what actually is the important part. Not analyzing, not order block, not
Mm.
this, not that. That is there. Obviously, that is there.
Mm.
But this is what is more is the most important.
Important.
And everything is as important as maybe just taking a trade.
Yes. Taking a trade is very important
Hmm.
rather than just
Just
analyzing and just putting stuff on the charts.
yes, because I was the trader who used to always be in fear of a failure. That's why I used to not execute. So over time, I
Yes.
just got better at analysis. Then I got better at
Mm.
analysis, and then I was lacking the skill of trading actually. Then I
Mm.
also mastered the art of trading, where I'm taking good
Mm.
setups and everything, but still there is something playing out in my mind. Like there is always
Mm.
things happening in my mind that okay, are this, are that, are that. Then I actually worked on
Mm.
my psychology, and
Yeah.
I'm still learning, because with someone who is experienced more than 5 years, 6 years, 10 years, uh,
Mm.
that experience is completely different compared to someone who's trading for a year or so. The guy
Yes.
who's trading for
100%.
10 years will be like, "Oh, fuck, there is so much to learn more." But a guy
Yes.
who's trading just for 1 year, he'll be like, "I know it all."
Yeah.
So the more you learn, the more you understand how much more learning is still remaining. And then these guys come who are like signal sellers and everything, because just because they're selling signals and everything, they will never become traders,
Yeah.
because they're not experiencing what actual trading is and psychology is.
Yeah.
हाँ भाई.
ये भाई बस वही है। हाँ तो बस वही है, मेरे को बस वो प्रोसेस जानना है, मतलब ऐसा 5-6 चार्ट्स की है तो मतलब वो मैं सेम चीज अप्लाई कर सकूँ, मतलब यू कैन टेल मी हाँ ये देख ये एक चार्ट दिखा है, ये परफेक्ट सेटअप था, ये मेरे लिए A1 सेटअप था।
राइट.
बाद में दूसरे चार्ट का है, ये एनालाइज किया, ये मेरे लिए A1 नहीं है, बट ये मे बी प्रोबेबिलिटी थोड़ा है कि
See, ये जो
मे बी इट
ये
कैन गो इन अवर डायरेक्शन।
राइट, ये जो सेटअप है, ये इन द DSD. Like,
ओके।
see, there is one thing. See, the only factor which
हम्म।
defines if it's A1, A2, A1,
हम्म।
A, B, B minus, ये सारी जो चीज़ है ना, is that A1 can be your setup where every time frame is telling you the same thing. Simple. Let's keep it simple.
Yeah.
ठीक है. Weekly is bullish,
Hmm.
daily is bullish, 4 hours bullish, 1 hour is bullish. This is
Hmm.
like the top-notch setup where your
Hmm.
chances of being wrong is very less. But also at the same time, these setups won't happen this often. They will come once
Yeah.
in a setup can be something like weekly is bearish, daily is bullish, H4 is bullish,
Hmm.
and H1 is bearish.
Hmm.
Then there will be like a B class setup where this, this, ये bearish है,
Hmm.
ये bullish है, and ये bearish है. And and उसके बाद के तो लेने ही नहीं है because it's too much
Hmm.
confusion. So just focus on starting में ये part पे. A A
Yeah.
plus and A setups where most time frames out of four meaning weekly, daily, 4 hour, 1 hour.
Hmm.
इसमें से
Hmm.
तीन एटलीस्ट सेम डायरेक्शन दिखा रहे हैं एंड यू विल गेट योर
मतलब वो
आंसर राइट.
स्ट्रक्चर वो लोग का ये
सेम है.
रहे, मतलब जो ब्रेकआउट स्ट्रक्चर रहे वो बुलिश रहे, हाँ मतलब सेम
यस
रहे, राइट,
यस
बुलिश
यस
या बेरिश.
यस यस. So if you see some examples,
हम्म.
so see like gold for example.
हम्म.
अभी gold में bullish में it was obviously gold में weekly में it was obviously bullish.
यस.
Then
डेली भी बुलिश ही था.
when the daily reached over here, it also became
हम्म.
bullish. Then on the 1 hour,
या.
when the order flow started happening, like it broke
हम्म.
up, came down, broke up, came down, then the order flow started happening, and ये break होने के बाद 4 hour भी bullish हो गया.
यस. हाँ.
ठीक है.
हाँ. यस यस. यस. हम्म.
So ये break होने के बाद structure break हुआ, and then again price broke up, and then this was the time where I was bullish and I was expecting it to reach here. So
हम्म.
you can expect this, but this can also happen too. So that's why sometimes when you're trading, so what could happen is that, and this is one of the reasons why I did not take this setup. I I
यस.
I would consider this setup to be a class setup because this is
हम्म.
like a proper accumulation, manipulation, distribution sort of setup. Where this was
हम्म.
accumulation, this was नीचे का manipulation, this was distribution ऊपर
हम्म.
का, and then there was a retest, and then it went up.
हम्म.
So the reason I did not take this setup is because I was expecting this to be my target. The only time I expect a level to be a target is where if I'm buying, then that will be a level where I would maybe try to sell.
यस. हम्म.
So that's the reason I did not take, or else I would have taken it.